Hello everyone and welcome to this somewhat belated round 5 results video. Today we're all about eating sand and the good old Dakar races of the 80s. It's time for twin engine, no regard for the environment racing. Let's freaking go. We start off with the Alpine Auto team, who built a very cool looking trophy truck sponsored by the concept of Christmas. The Grizzly 3500 number 21 Dakar 1980 is the perfect example of an American building something for a completely different purpose and then just using it for other things because I made it, so it must be good. And yes, of course it has a V8. This is the car from Team Baseworks, the diesel guzzling cousin fucking high on cocaine can't abstain, always breaking big mistaking, Pissins DKR Special. The interesting looking banger racing inspired hood exhaust mounted piece of interesting car and automotive design is very fast. Well done. Then we have Belgium Union Manufacturing with the Mojave 4x4 Dakar. This very square and very powerful 80s box pickup has stacks, which means it is cool. It also has a fiberglass pedals, which makes this the only fiberglass car in existence to not need a single bend surface. The thing was quick and cool, so good job. And now we have an old friend, the Elkato Racing Bergman Transporter 4300 Turbo 4x4 Plannenwagen Dakar is a very big truck with a very big name. The enormous 4.3 litre inline 5 has a yonker of a turbo and a 0 to 60 time of a little more than 8.5 seconds. Very well done. Next up is the Gran Turismo number 69 Gas Oil Betros Trucks ITF Turbo 4x4 Paris Dakar. This very cool racing truck, I believe inspired by the twin-engine Dutch Dakar truck of the 1980s, scored very well in the automation category, namely second place. It was also very quick, but not quick enough. And now we have the Helios car, the Mini Mogger number 333 Tarquini. This is like it should be. It's a soft back, short wheelbase, inline 6 manual truck with 4x4. It is extremely slow, 16.7 seconds to 60 miles an hour, but that doesn't ruin the lap time at all. 1:15 is pretty good. And now this. The Cutlass D540 from Impulse Automotive is a very elongated muskrat of a buggy. It has the maximum engine size for an inline 6, namely close to 8.2 liters. It also has 536 horsepower, and of course it has solid axles, because why not? This is the Moravian Motorworks Buvol 81 RS Tirailleur. It looks very Russian and slow, but it isn't. It's very Russian and fast. This tiny off-road body is stuffed with a huge 8.2 litre inline 6 for some reason, producing 120 horsepower less than the previous 8.2 litre inline 6. This machine is built by Team Pipo and is called the Georges Shnyadi Rozjeżdża-Jeżno-Ślady, which I no doubt did very well. It is a very round aluminium sports car on the lift kit. It has a V8 but not a turbo, and it has 275 brake horsepower. It is however very light. The lap time wasn't great, but overall it was a pretty good engine. Now we have the Rand Roper Dakar built by Pog Motorsport. It is very square and it looks very awkward, but that's okay. It has a very sizable V8 motor and a very quick 0 to 60 kilometers an hour time. 60 miles an hour time. It would be hilarious if you were overtaken by this on the motorway in rural Africa, but it sure would be possible. Now, we have my pride and joy. The Rezarza Faction Machines team did very well this round with 2 third place finishes, one for lap time by Rezarza and one for the aesthetic score by me, which means Smons was the only one lacking for a change. The Banger Dakar did very well, and so did we. This is Replay's entry, the RJAF BRG Eagle 6.2 Special Edition. It's called the BRG because it stands for burger, and it's called the 6.2 because it has exactly 5.7 liters in its engine. It looks good and is very quick. It's not just quite quick enough for first place in lap time, very solid entry nevertheless. SA Motors entered the Boundless Dakar. Not. This small Jeep with a big engine sounds like a good recipe. For disaster, that is. It is not very quick, nor is it very beautiful or well built, but it is cool though, and that is what counts. Now we have the Western Germany sponsored Subin Racing Division DDR. The aerodynamically shaped pickup truck features a giant V6 engine and a steel ladder frame. It is very cheap and very steel. I don't know how, but it's quick too, especially to 60, and not on the track, sadly. Next is Steel Dragon Racing, who are stealing the thunder of Team Van with the first van entry of the round. The Drake Snowdonia V8 rally van has got an 8-liter V8. I would love to drive this, an 8-liter V8 manual rally van. What more could you want? And now we have the actual Team Van with the Van 15. This typical American box truck has a 10-liter V8, which is big, and it has 471 horsepower. Scoring a nice 6.9 in aesthetics, this Dakar van is ready to rock and roll. It wasn't slow either, it was however very heavy, with just over 2 tons. Now on your screen is TMG with the ITWT Dakar. This sports car body with a monster truck engine is a sight to behold. The 12-liter V12 is absolutely enormous, and for some reason it is still less heavy than the Team Van entry. Nice job. Next up is a crane. The Trusty Tools Cranium is a very tall boy with a very small score. A 5.9 in automation score is not that great, neither is the lap or the aesthetics. But then again, it's a crane. Next, Tongi Works. They entered the Maxi Interceptor Ténéré with an amazing minus 6.9 automation rating and a 3.9 aesthetics, which is 1.1 lower than the crane. The lifted up cursed French thing has a V8 engine and is really quick to 60 miles an hour. Weird entry, but cool. This is the Winthorpe Motors Caravan. It looks like a Mad Max V12 contraption, but in theory it's exactly that. The 10-liter V12 in the front makes this 4x4 post-apocalyptic machine do very well in the automation scores. A nice job. And then we have Zach Speed, who entered the Sent and Not Killed concept. This tiny light and very naked Jeep thing somehow fits a 10-liter V8, 500 horsepower and is very light. It might be very possible that this car would not get to the end of the race, as you will have definitely crashed into a cactus or whatever. And lastly, we have something that I think I have never seen before. I might be wrong, but this might be the only time a single team with only one person in it scored 3 gold medals in one round. The Waffle Motors Truckstar 8150 HD Dakar scored first place in aesthetics, the automation rating and the lap time race. Have fun watching this weird rude Waffle chose and have fun wondering how he did not die. Now, in this video I will not tell you guys the final results in the championship, as we want to keep that a secret for you until the finale video. I would also strongly advise you and frankly ask you to not start calculating the results, as it has happened before that people did that and then ruined the results for everyone. Anyway, for this round, Waffle is in first place for the aesthetics game, followed by Elkato Racing and RFM in third. Fourth is Gran Furismo, followed by Helios, Alpine, Pog Motorsport, Impulse Auto, Team Van. For a surprise, Shitley Motors. First place for Class B is Winthorpe Motors, and winner of Class C is the crane. The goddamn crane. Then, for the automation scores, Waffle is in first place again, followed by Gran Furismo in second and Winthorpe in third. Helios is in fourth place, and fifth is for Impulse. Then we have RFM in seventh place, just in front of TMG and SA Motors. Then we have Replay in ninth, and Teal Dragon is in 10th place. Moravian Motorworks is the winner of Class B, and Class C was won by Alpine Auto with an amazing 15.5 points. Now, Waffle is again in first place in the drivers' round results, followed by Deltas in second place, and Razarza in third. Waffle is then again in the list on fourth place, followed by Smons in fifth. I'm Karis, followed by Strop and John Vanway, is in 8th place, and 9th is for Linus. And Waffle takes another place in the top 10 by getting 10th place. Hurt won Class B and Nectarlo won Class C. Now, this was already it, as the rest of the results will be given in the finale video, so please do not calculate, or at least don't say your position, as other people might get their position too, and that's sad, as we want to keep it a secret. Bye!